I was listening to the Let's Fight a Boss podcast the other day, and one of the hosts had just bought a video game console called the Retron 5, and he said,
I kind of like this console because I hate modding and tinkering with electronics. I'd rather someone does all of that for me in advance, and I can just spend a full hour playing games rather than spending half an hour testing stuff and then half an hour going, this is working, but I wonder if I could do it better.
He had one very clear goal: to play video games, and he wanted as little friction as possible between him and playing those video games. That, in a nutshell, is why minimalism matters. Minimalism is all about removing as many obstacles as possible between you and the things you want to do. Minimalism isn't just about having less stuff for the sake of having less stuff. It's about removing what's in the way. Let's take scissors, for example. I need scissors for all sorts of random stuff all the time, but I don't particularly enjoy using scissors. It's not an end unto itself. I have one pair of scissors, and I have a very specific spot for them so I can get the scissors, cut, and get back to doing what I actually want to be doing. I don't want to spend all day looking for scissors.
Even with my eyes closed, I would still know where everything was.
Exactly.
There's a book called It's Hard to Make a Difference When You Can't Find Your Keys. I haven't actually read it, but that title has always resonated with me. It's hard to get anything done when you spend more of your time looking for things than actually doing things.
This will come as a shock to absolutely no one, but I'm not really into fashion.
In the summers, I spent most of my time half naked anyway. But when I do get dressed, I have just a few outfits because I don't really want to think about what to wear. I want to actually go out and do things. I mean, I was one of those crazy people who thought school uniforms would be great. Writing music is one of the hardest creative things I do. Sitting down in front of a blank project has never gotten easier. Sometimes I sit there for 2 hours and I have nothing to show for it.
Nothing!
Other times I sit there for 2 hours and I've created a masterpiece. Either way, there's no way around it. It's 2 hours of suffering. Since I know I'm going to be suffering either way, I want as little additional pain from clutter on my workspace, not being able to find my reference materials, or needing to clear up space on my hard drive. Everything about my setup is intended to make it as frictionless as possible for whatever is in my brain to get into my computer. I often have to record voiceovers like the one you're listening to right now, and I use my closet to do it. Problem is, I also have a lot of video game stuff that I have to move every time I need to record. I always do it, but I'm like 25% less likely to do it because I have to move my stuff every single time. There will always be a million things in the way preventing me from doing what I want to do. Time, money, resources.
But at the very least, I want the things I have control over to be out of the way. If the corn is hidden in a cupboard...
Well, they never move that way.
Corn. Haven't had that in a while. Yeah, delicious corn. Bye.
You know, the other day when I made that video about filling the hole in your soul, and I was talking about how the next thing you know, you're buying new speakers. I used that in the video, but these speakers actually, I mean, of course I didn't need them, but these were very considered and I knew I'd get a lot of use out of them. And this is one of those instances where anticipation actually wasn't better than getting them. Getting them and using them has been a joy. Just a joy. These speakers are so good. I want to get a cheap receiver and a pair of these for anybody who's still using their TV speakers, just so they can just hear how nice it is. Nobody should have to suffer through TV speakers, man. Suffer is way too strong of a word there, isn't it? You guys ever go to Whole Foods and then look at the receipt? If you get some organic broccoli, it says OG broccoli. Whenever I see that, I always laugh. I'm like, oh, I got that OG broccoli, son. This is a random entertainment drink. Well, kind of. I'm kind of hungry too. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, it's time to go teach my exercise class. I feel about as energetic as you might at 1 p.m. on a school day while you're in school. Post lunch, tired, still have a few hours left to go in class. But if you needed to exercise or got the opportunity to, you probably feel pretty good. That's where I'm at right now. Although this is definitely one of those instances where if you really just kind of pull through and like flip your attitude, you'll start to feel pretty decent. Alright, so I hope anyway.
Even though. Alrighty. Good class. The anime Cannon Busters. It's mediocre, but the opening song and the ending song are jamming. Absolutely just jamming. They don't have the full versions available for sale or anything anywhere. The second those are available, I'm gonna get it and listen to it like 100 times each. So good. So that'll do it for today's 1992 Lillehammer Winter Olympics. I'm gonna go to bed after a shower and some TV watching probably. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
She does that heavy breathing. Oh look, the big fat orange cat's out there too, I think. Oh, never mind, that's a reflection of it.